Let's turn now to the weather and its impact on the roads in some regions. Yes, it is winter, and yes, winter does happen every year. But there's a particular belt in this front from the south, and roads are being closed in increasing numbers with more to come, we're told. And throughout the south and the lower north, roads must be driven with extreme care. A tag team effort in Kaikoura today with State Highway 1 reopening to the south, while the alternative inland route was closed due to snow. That's been reversed now, but if you have to go to or from the town, please take care. It's the inland route again, and real caution is advised. To look at the big picture, we're joined by NZTA's Regional Transport Systems Manager, Mark Owen. Thank you, Mark. Let's start on State Highway 1 in the centre of the North Island.
The desert road is currently closed. There was a truck crash earlier in the day, and they're still doing the clean-up. And it's also worth noting that with the weather that's coming in, it is likely to close given the predictions of snow that are forecast.
Right, so a combination of bad luck and bad weather on the desert road.
Absolutely, yes.
OK, let's head to the passes in the South Island. What's open and what's shut in terms of the big roads?
So the main roads that we've got closed at the moment are State Highway 73, so that's the Alphas Pass, State Highway 93, Mataura to Clinton, and State Highway 85, Palmerston to Kyburn. And some other roads, for example, the road to Hollywood into Milford Sound has got restrictions on it. A lot of the other roads are open, but they are, obviously with the cold weather we've had through, there's high risk of ice, snow conditions, and we're just really advising people to check before they travel on their journey to see whether those roads are open or closed. And
there's a very real sense from the Met Office that this is going to get worse before it gets better, right? So necessary travel only in those areas?
Definitely. I mean, we use the term know before you go. So the key thing is we're encouraging people to obviously listen to your radio station, but certainly check the NZTA website and only travel if really necessary in those areas that are going to be affected by snow or ice. The forecast predicted for the lower North Island, particularly the Wellington area tomorrow morning, is not looking good. So we're already planning now for what might happen, but there's certainly some heavy rainfall and high winds predicted. So really advising people just to sort of plan ahead and think about what the alternatives are if they can't travel.
OK, how's the gorge looking in Wellington, the Noranga Gorge?
Yeah, so we've been talking to the geotech engineers today about what the solutions are. Unfortunately, they won't be able to do much until the weather clears, but we do have a solution to make it safer, and we'll be putting that in over the next few days once the weather has cleared. Is
traffic better during the school holidays? Is there slightly reduced demand during rush hour?
That's right. We've certainly noticed a difference, and that's probably been one of the saving graces for this event is while we know people were significantly impacted yesterday, it could have been a lot worse if it was outside school holiday times. But it was a big day with the parade in town, so there was a lot of people. But today people obviously were aware that there was only 2 of the 3 lanes open, and while there was some delay, it wasn't anything major as we had yesterday.
Are you worried about the wind that's coming in tomorrow and the heavy rain in terms of further exacerbating the damage on that hillside in the gorge?
Well, there's a number of areas where we are vulnerable, so it's not just that area. We've got crews that are on standby and be ready to respond. But certainly with the rainfall that's predicted, there is likelihood of surface flooding, and the high winds certainly, once things get wet, there is a risk of sort of debris, slips and trees coming down. So we just advise people to absolutely drive with caution. It's not normal driving conditions. They certainly need to sort of travel a bit slower and just keep a watch out for what's ahead in terms of the challenging weather event.
Mark Owen from NZTA. We just want to point out, of course, the Manawatu Gorge is closed for the foreseeable future. And the Waiōeka Gorge, which is between Gisborne and Opotiki, remains closed. A giant slip there. It is being cleared.